people, this is my mom's show where she talks about us. We give her the things that we give y'all the show. Get Cody, here you come.
Hello, welcome back. Happy Monday. It's a great day to be better than you were yesterday. I made it, y'all. I made it through the weekend. And the kids are still alive. Welcome to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan, mama of the girls. Welcome. This is episode 21. Happy Monday. Are you enabling your kids? That is the topic today. This is a podcast where I talk about parenting, teaching my children to be better than me, and surviving through all of it. All right. So if you're a mom, a family member taking care of someone else's kid, grandparents, and you're just trying to stay on point, you are in the right place, okay? This is Cozy Womb Podcast. I am on the 15th season of this podcast. I started it in 2018, and everything's great.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Great. All right. I appreciate you listening today. I appreciate your feedback, and I appreciate you dropping a review at the end of this show, because I want to know what you feel about what I tell you, about how it's said and how it's portrayed. Now, let's focus on the topic. Do you clean your children's room? Or do they clean it? Do they know how to clean it? Do your children clean their own shoes and laces? Can they lace them up without you? We can provide so much for our kids, but up to a certain point, our kids gotta do things for themselves. And are you getting in the way of that, or are you stepping to the side and watching them do what you taught them? I want my daughters to be better than me. I want them to do more than I did, learn more, explore more places, and that can only happen if I step to the side and allow them to do what I taught them, and also allow them to learn new things without me. All right? I will not step in the way of my kids learning and doing for themselves. And I want to talk about, is there something that you're doing to enable your kids so they can't do that? Let's talk. Don't forget to check out Cozy Womb Podcast merch on the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring. Thank you guys for checking out the show. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. If you would like to support the podcast, you can also shop at Cozy Womb Shop with Teespring or Mama's Cozy Closet that gives great, comfortable merch for mamas all around the world. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. And if you would like to donate straight to Red Circle, you can down below in the show notes. Thank you. Let's continue the show. So, hey guys, before we get deep into the show, I just want you to know that I am the creator of Cozy Womb Podcast and other podcasts. But for my Cozy Womb listeners, let me tell you some things. On Lulu.com, you can find 2 journals, workbooks, must-have books for podcasters. One is Marketing Your Podcast. So everything regarding YouTube, TikTok, IG, Twitter, how to push out your podcast to get people to see it, hear it, share it, and engage with it, right? It's a whole workbook for that. Even if you have merch and you need to sketch ideas, you can sketch it and write it exactly in this book. And that workbook is available on Lulu.com for $16, right? Then, reverse. I made the first podcast journal for podcasters, basically to get you started. It's like a guided workbook to get you started, get those ideas flowing, get you organized. And by the end of you doing that journal and setting up your episodes and doing your episodes and getting feedback and engaging and writing down information that you need to be the best podcasters you could be, you should find your own flow by the end of that workbook. And that is also found on lulu.com. So if you want to get into podcasting, check lulu.com for my podcast books. And don't forget to go ahead and check out shambypodden.com. Now let's get into the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show.
Back to the show.
I try my best to show my kids what my mistakes were and how I bounced back from my mistakes. And I try to tell them the lesson in what I should have did and what I didn't do. Doing everything for your kids will not teach them what's needed, will not show them how to do it themselves. Kids gain understanding through skills that they learn in the process of doing and not sitting idle as it gets done, okay? I didn't start cooking until I was 28, 29 years old for myself, because anytime I wanted something to eat, it didn't matter what hour of the day. Instead of my mom teach me how to do it myself, she did it for me. And so all that time, from 16 to 28, I just felt as though I'm going to just buy what I want, or somebody else is going to cook it and I'm going to eat it. I don't want my kids to grow up like that. So yes, my 7-year-old cooks her own eggs. She makes her own grilled cheese on the stove. She warms up her own breakfast. She knows how to make her own hot cereal, noodles, all of that, because I don't want to get in the way of her being able to do what she needs to do for herself. I don't want to make her feel like she can't do something when she never tried. So it's very important for you to teach your kids how to find solutions in what's challenging and not stop because they're met with a challenge. If you want kids to be responsible, let them be in positions to be responsible. I'm definitely not the parent to force my child to do what they aren't passionate about. So I won't be forcing my child to pick up an instrument if they don't want to do anything in music. I'm not going to be forcing my child to play soccer if they have no interest in soccer. I'm not going to be forcing my child to play basketball just because their legs are long. Do you want to play basketball? No? Okay. What do you want to do? What do you like? What do you find interesting? Those are the better questions than to do what scholars say, oh, you should put them in this and make them learn an instrument, and that's going to teach them to do this. Make them get up for practice. If they're not passionate about it, you're wasting your time. So many parents waste their money on sending their children to private school for this so-called better education and better this, and their children come out of school, don't even want to go to college. They play all through the years of college when their parents pay for it, and they come out and they work regular jobs because they weren't passionate about that. That's not what they wanted to do. So I'm not going to be one of those parents. I'm not going to waste my money, okay? Teach your kids how to focus on what they're good at. A lot of adults grow up miserable because they forgot their inner child. They stopped creating and thinking forward. By not creating boundaries for themselves as they grew up. At age, 8 through 11, your child should be able to clean properly, open doors, lock doors, cook noodles or eggs, take out the trash, rake the leaves, make alarms, and email their teacher. That's basic stuff, especially with today technology. Do your kids know how to count money? If your kid goes in the store and they get the total is $7.43, and they give the cashier $10, do they know how much change you're supposed to get back? Why don't they know? Do they know the presidents and that not president that's on money? Do they know what they stand for? Do they know how money gets on your plastic card that you swipe? Do they understand? Can your child write out the words for the money that they spend? Do your kids understand safety? Do your kids know how to sort laundry, wash dishes, put groceries away? The importance of eggs, bread, or fruit being bagged last and put on top. Do they understand to sneeze and cough in their sleeves and not their hands, or not covering their face at all? It's more than manners, it's more than logic, it's more than self-help. It's the epitome of teaching your children how to think for themselves, do for themselves, and be respectful as they do it. And a lot of parents are not doing it. Why is your child 7 years old and don't know what bar soap is? Why is your child 9 years old and doesn't know what I mean when I say turn off the faucet?
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Do you even read to your child? Does your child read? Do you have books in your house? Is your child reading on the level they should be on? Does your child know how to spell basic words instead of using spell check and texting and using emojis? If you want your child to be a better writer, they need to read and write more. If you want your child to be better at math, you need to talk to them about money, and y'all need to, count money together and multiply together and divide together and know how to sort things. That's important. That's what's important. Okay? Of course, social skills are important. But at the same time, when it comes to your kids knowing certain things and being able to do certain things, it shouldn't be if they're a girl, I have to teach them this. If they're a boy, I have to teach them this. I am sick of parents thinking both sexes, girl or boy, have to be taught differently. Your son needs to know how to clean their clothes also. Your son needs to know how to clean the bathroom properly. Your son needs to clean the shower after they use it. Make sure they clean off the condiments before they put them back in the closet or the fridge. How to clean out the sink after they're done washing the dishes. How to properly make a knot and close a trash bag. The importance of putting things where they need to go instead of putting them where they are. Because if you don't teach them, they're going to grow up and their roommate is going to be disgusted. Their friends are going to be annoyed. Their girlfriends eventually, over time, are not going to want to clean up after them because their mom didn't or their dad didn't teach them properly. These little people grow up into being adults. Sometimes irresponsible adults because they weren't taught properly or guided properly. Your son needs to know how a woman is supposed to take care of her body in order to be able to respect a woman's body. Your daughters need to know how a man is supposed to groom himself properly so she can tell by the look of his fingernails and the way he carries himself and the way that he dresses and checks his hygiene, that he can't take care of himself, so he can't take care of me. These are things that your children should be learning as they grow up and not late. Because in society, in the adult world, people love to sit here and question, how did you not see the signs? How did you not know he wasn't going to do this? How did you not know she wasn't worth this, or she didn't love herself? Because my mom didn't teach me what a woman looks like when she loves herself. My parents didn't teach me what a man looks like when he takes care of himself and he's a good person and he's genuine, what that looks like, what that sounds like. And it starts with parents and their children today. The people that my children will choose to be friends with starts with me. The people that my daughters choose to be in relationships with when they get older starts with what I told them and what I showed them. Parents have to take ownership. So you enable your children, they're going to be lacking a lot in adulthood. They're not going to be able to keep themselves safe because they're going to be too gullible. If they don't create boundaries now, they're going to be lost later. So make sure you correct that. Make sure you set that up the proper way. Do not enable your children. Do not raise them to be faced with a challenge and stop and not even try. Stop doing all those things for your child when they are able to do for themselves. And it's okay to reward them when they try to do for themselves and they might mess up. But don't let them not try. Don't let children get comfortable in not trying and not speaking up and not giving compliments to people when they like something. Don't let children be okay being brats and rude to people when they give them things, when they show up for them, when they do for them. Just because that's your friend or that's your aunt or that's your uncle or that's your sister doesn't mean you don't have to have manners and you don't have to say please and thank you.
Every year, one thing is always predictable. Postage costs go up. Stamps.com gives you crazy discounts for up to 89% off USPS and UPS services, so your business will barely notice the change. Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses just like yours. It's like your own personal post office. No lines, no traffic, no waiting. Sign up with promo code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code PROGRAM.
Transform the look of your home with big savings at Menards. Window Images faux wood room darkening blinds add a classic design and privacy. They're available in a variety of trendy colors, like oak, gray, or mahogany, to match any decor. Plus, get them trimmed to width for free. Save big money on window treatments at Menards. And don't forget to check out our flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Your child is old enough to wash their own shoes. Let them go in the backyard, give them a scrub brush, a washcloth, some soap and water, and let them clean them shoes. If you don't walk out the house with dirty shoes, your child shouldn't walk out the house with dirty shoes. If your child smells themselves and they stink, your child shouldn't be comfortable walking around your house smelling themselves and they stink. They know where the washcloth is, the towel, the bathroom. They know how to clean themselves. Your underwears, your deodorant. Teach your kids now so somebody else who did not give birth to your child or help create your child has to teach them later. If we all do the small things when we're supposed to do them, the bigger picture will be way better. Do not enable your children. Happy Monday. My name is Shan. This is Cozy One Podcast. I appreciate you for listening, and I will check you guys on Friday. Peace.